Today, we're going to continue along in the 8 days of marketing series. And if you haven't had a chance to watch the replays of the previous points, I've created a whole playlist right here on the channel so that you can catch up on them all in one spot. I'm not saying that you have to see them all to understand what we're talking about here, but if you want to catch all the other points, they are in one place. So today is point number 5, and we're going to talk about the next best option marketing type. Okay. So before I get started, I am Sid. I want to introduce myself. I am Sid of the Sugar Queen Academy. I'm the head instructor of the Academy, and I love to come on and talk to you guys about business matters for folks in the baking and sweets industry and in the food and beverage industry. My background is in accounting and finance. I'm a financial analyst by trade. I went to business school, and I just absolutely love this industry because I'm a foodie, because I love sugar, and because I love the artistry of everything. And so I love to help you guys, whenever it comes to starting and growing profitable baking and sweets businesses. So that's why I come on Instagram. That's why I come on YouTube. That's why I go on Facebook to chat with you guys about it. And that's also why we have the Sugar Queen Academy, which is not just a channel here on YouTube, but it is also a platform that has nothing but business education. Well, should I say the majority of business education and a handful of sugar things inside of that platform. It is a monthly subscription program, but it is like less than the cost of a normal order that you would have. So it makes up for itself each month, really. And you also get access to pricing classes, contracts, order forms. Let's see what else. Social media help, marketing help, email marketing help. It's just a whole host of things. So if you are interested in learning more about business, and if you've been getting value out of these free classes that I've had here on YouTube, or the free content that I've shared over on Clubhouse, then definitely check out sugarcoins.com and see if the Academy is a good fit for you. You also get access to our support group called the Sugar Coin Collectors. And also, if I have any collectors on here, please drop it in the comments. Please drop it in the chat so I know that you are here with me, and I know that I have the collectors fam here. And if you're not a fam yet, I know that you will be eventually, because if you are enjoying this content, I know that you are going to be over the moon for the content that's already in the Academy. Okay. So again, welcome. Today we are going on to our 5th point in the marketing types. It is the next best option. Okay. So I'm going to go with my definition first. Here we go. So this one is probably like the shortest definition that we have out of all the other types, right? But the next best action, or next best action, or next best option, you can call it either one. Marketing is about being able to offer a relevant product or service to a you know what, guys? It's a Monday. Let me start over. The next best option marketing is about being able to offer a relevant product or service to a customer if they've already said no to something else. Okay. So to me, this is the backup plan marketing option. Okay. I haven't really given nicknames to any of the other marketing types, but this one I'm going to call the backup plan marketing type. So let's imagine you have a bride or a mom come to you and they say, I have this awesome idea for, matter of fact, let's just stick with the bride. I have this awesome idea for my 3-tier wedding cake. And I want it to have all these flowers and ruffles, and it'll be completely buttercream. And I want 3 different flavors, and blah, blah, blah. Each tier needs to be its own different flavor because it represents I love and all that fun stuff, right? And then you quote that bride $1,000, and the bride is like, whew, child, I wasn't ready to pay $1,000 for this cake. And then you stop. You're like, well, okay, wait, how many people do you need to feed? Oh, well, it's COVID, or we're still on restrictions for the number of people that can be here. So we're only going to be able to have 50 people. Okay, dear, you may not need 3 tiers. All right, so let's try to dial it back. Let's try to figure out what is a better option. And so I have definitely over the years found that especially newbies, people who are new in business, instead of dialing back the product or service that they offer in order to fit a person's budget, they actually try to figure out a way to discount that current product in order to fit somebody's budget. And that's a no-no. Okay. So if you are hand making flowers for this product, for this cake, or you know that you're going to have to do some custom flavor for this cake, and you know that it is worth that $1,000, do not come down on your price for that cake. Okay. What you do instead is you provide an option that works with your business that can still fit the needs for the customer. Don't discount your product. You say, well, look, girl, if you only need 50, if you only are serving 50 people, which, let's be real, all 50 people may not actually have cake, then how about instead of doing this three-tier cake with a 6-inch, an 8-inch, and a 10-inch, how about we do a 2-tier cake with a 4-inch and a 6-inch? I don't know. I'm just making these numbers up right now. But something that dials it back to where now that product can actually fit her budget. Let's say her budget is, $300, $500, or whatever, something that actually fits her budget, as opposed to us giving her the 3-tier cake at a discounted price to fit her budget. That's not how this works. All right. So, like, for instance, another example, especially when it comes to wedding cakes, is sugar flowers. Let's say a person is adamant about having sugar flowers to put on their cake. They don't want real flowers. They want edible flowers. They want, I guess real flowers are probably edible. You don't want to eat them, but they want sugar flowers. Okay. Well, don't make handmade sugar flowers if the bride or groom or couple is not willing to pay for sugar flowers made by hand. Okay. So you quote them this awesome price for this, beautiful cake that has sugar flowers on it. Don't you spend time making those sugar flowers if they're not willing to pay for each individual flower, however, $5, $10 a flower or whatever, because we all know that it can take days to make sugar flowers, depending upon what type of flowers you're making and what you're making them out of. Instead, I want you to buy those flowers from a vendor. One of my good friends, Kira in Georgia, she actually has a company called Wholesale Sugar Flowers. She's been a vendor at the Ultimate Sugar Show before. So figure out what flowers you can offer from Wholesale Sugar Flowers, dust them, make them look pretty, put some makeup on it, some edible makeup on it, so to speak, put some petal dust on it and all that kind of stuff, and fix it up and offer that as an option. Now, mind you, your bride or groom or couple does not have to know that's what you did. They don't have to know your process. They don't have to know whether you use a box, whether you use, all the basic scratch ingredients. They don't need to know any of that. All they need to know is now that you have found an option that fits their budget, that also fits the needs of your business. At the end of the day, and if you've watched the pricing class in here before, if you watched the pricing video from before on the channel, then you know that your time cost you money. The more time that it's going to take you to create this product, the more money it should cost the customer to purchase that product. Okay. So what are some ways that we can cut down on time in order to fit into a customer's budget? Well, that would be to offer sugar flowers. That would be to maybe not make the buttercream completely from scratch, or to not make the cake completely from scratch. So it just really depends on what best fits your business and what best fits your brand. Okay. So the next best option next best option method or the next best action method is basically the way of you providing an option to somebody that fits what they're looking for without compromising your business and your pricing and your cost. Okay. So this is what I'm calling getting to the yes. All right. So I think it would be better. And I don't know, I'm not one to tell you how to host your consultations, but definitely I think it would be better to listen to the needs of the customer first. So let the couple go on and on about what they're expecting out of the wedding and what design they want. Let them talk. Let them talk. They want to get their love story out anyway. And they've been going through some things. Who knows what their story is? Just listen to them, right? Listen to their design ideas. Figure out how many people they need. Figure out how many people are going to come, so that you can figure out the needs of their order, and then base it that way. So I'm not saying that you have to come to your couple, and then right now I'm just using the example of a wedding, but I'm not saying that you have to come to the couple with just one option. Usually when I make a quote to a client, I usually come with a couple different options. There is an option that is like, okay, I would be satisfied if you guys picked this, but I would be really satisfied if you picked this one. And this one is going to be going above and beyond, and it's going to make me a lot of money. Matter of fact, I may be able to buy my new refrigerator with this. But then this option over here is going to be like, if you are a bride on a budget, and I didn't know you was a bride on a budget, but you came in and then you hit me with I only have $300 to spend, then you're going to get this option. All right. Now, I'm not saying that you have to have that available for every consult that you do, but I'm just saying to have those things, your backup plans in the back of your mind, if you absolutely want to get to yes. Now, you may get the vibe from the couple that's like, I don't want to work with these people. And at that point, I may actually be unavailable for that weekend. But if you get the sense that you really want to take this client, or you may actually need the money because the rent is due on your studio space and you need to get that paid. But this is a way to get to that yes. This is a way to close with that client. Okay. So think of a backup plan. Here's my normal option. If they say, oh no, that's a little too expensive for us, then listen again and figure out because at this point you are the expert. Okay. Listen and figure out what ways can I cut down on what they asked for and offer them something that's more affordable for them. But by all means, do not sell them that product at the price that meets their budget. Not that exact same product. Not that exact same product. You need to make changes to it, because otherwise they're going to feel like they can come in and finagle you, and they, birds of a feather flock together, and they're going to send that next girlfriend or that next guy or, that next person or couple that they know of that's on a budget and come to you. And then they're going to be like, look, tell her this is what you want. Tell her this is your budget. She going to give it to you. Right? You don't want to have that reputation in your city. You want to have the reputation of, okay, this is the baker, this is the treat maker that listens to me, that will listen to me, and then will offer me a solution that fits my budget. Okay. Obviously, if you have an order form, because we talked about order forms not too long ago on the channel as well. If you have an order form, then you may already be in the know of what their maximum is going to be, because we talked about putting in budgets on that order form. Remember that was one of the elements that you need to include on your order form. So make sure that you have that in place first, so that you can already be thinking through different options that you can offer them when you do have your consult, whether that is over Zoom or whether that's in person. Okay. So we just covered the next best option / next best action method of marketing. And that's basically how you can get to the yes. That's your backup plan marketing strategy. Okay. Does anybody have any questions? And welcome everybody for listening. Welcome to the channel. And thank you so much for joining, and hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed what I said. If it made sense to you, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button so that the YouTubes can know that we are talking real, making real sense over here, talking some real jewels over here. All right. Hey, collectors. Hey, Althea. Hey, Susan. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Liz. Hey, Laquita. Hey, Dan. Hey, Dana. Hey, Chef Blake. Hey, Ramona. Welcome. Thank you guys so much for joining and listening to me live. And thank you, replay viewers, for watching the list. It'll say 8 days of marketing tips, and just watch the rest of them over there. There's a previous 4, and there will be 3 more this week. And we all start at 7:30 each night for the next 3 days at least. So we've got Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of this week to go. All right. Does anybody have any questions about the next best option marketing type or any of the previous marketing types? And I'll answer those now. Okay, so Liz said, I guess we need to get some vendor options that we can go to for less expensive items. Yes, Liz. So that's a good point, because if it's all about offering up a solution that is a lower cost to the customer, then yes. So it's going to be, well, this is what's going to get you handmade sugar flowers. This is what is going to get you, sugar flowers that I pre-bought, and not to mention, you don't have to offer every type of sugar flower that is on wholesale sugar flowers. There can be a more expensive sugar flower type, and then there could be a less expensive sugar flower type. And don't just sell it at cost. Okay, so if a flower over on wholesale sugar flowers is $3, then you sell that for $5-10. They don't know that. Okay, so that is, and to me, I like the option of getting sugar flowers from a vendor, because then you know exactly how much it cost you, and you know exactly how long it's going to take you to put some dust on it and make it the color that you want it to make, as opposed to hand making and then having to figure out the time for it to dry, and how much in fondant or how much in gum paste that it cost you, blah blah blah. No, you know that you bought it for $3 or $5 or whatever online, and then you use that cost that way. So yeah, you may have to, you may have to shop around, Liz, or instead of offering sugar flowers, you offer buttercream roses. Okay, something that is really quick for you to make. The other thing too is, like, for toppers, there's acrylic toppers versus toppers you might make with your Cricut. Okay, there could be, your board is covered in fondant with a ribbon around it, or you just have, a board that's covered in fondant and that's it. Ain't no ribbon, ain't no extra stuff, or maybe it's a different type of ribbon, or maybe the ribbon has a print on it versus a ribbon is just a plain ribbon to clean up the edges. All right. Any other questions related to next best option marketing, or any other questions related to any of the marketing tips that we've done so far? If you guys didn't get a chance to watch the 10 tips for Instagram, please go over to the Sweet Fest Instagram page. It's just sweet_fest, and check it out. Go to my IGTV section, and you'll see a 10K. And that's because we were celebrating today, but also I shared 10 Instagram growth tips that I use throughout my journey on Instagram, and things that I will highly recommend that you do if you want to try to grow your channel, and not even just grow it from a number standpoint, but grow it as a community, and grow it so that you get more engagement from your customers or from your followers, right? So definitely check that out too. And let's see what else. Oh yeah, there was a bonus tip that I gave last week. If you're not in the Sweet Success Project on Facebook, I would recommend you become a member. It's absolutely free. All you got to do is go to Facebook, type in Sweet Success Project. That's Sweet Success Project on Instagram. Matter of fact, I can share right here. I didn't think about this, but I can share this in the chat. So you can become a member of the Sweet Success Project right there. There's the link. I just put it in the chat. So, and I have the first video that shows up, it should be like pinned to the top as an announcement, was the bonus tip from last week. And I'm thinking about doing a bonus tip this week. You guys let me know in the chat or in the comments, if you guys want to have another bonus tip on Friday as well, and we can try to work that out. What else is coming up? Oh yeah, this Sunday, we're going to have a MailerLite training. So for only Sugar Coin collectors, so for those of you who are in the Sugar Coin Academy, you will get access to a MailerLite live training. So we talked about email marketing last week. And when it relates to email marketing, I recommended that you use MailChimp or MailerLite. MailerLite is my recommended one of preference. And because I use it, I've been using it for like 4 or 5 years now. And we're actually going to walk through like how to use it and how to make it, use it more effectively, just like how we did with Jotform. So if you are interested in learning how to use MailerLite in your business and creating a landing page and all that good stuff, then make sure that you become a member before this Sunday. That would be March 14th. So before March 14th, because it's at 3 p.m. Okay. If you enjoyed this, please tap the thumbs up button so that good Lord. If you enjoyed this, please tap the thumbs up button so that YouTube will know that this is an awesome video and so that they serve it up to other people in our community. And also make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you know when other new videos come out. And also in the description box, you should see an area that says the number to text if you are not already a part of the text chain to get an announcement as soon as we go live here on YouTube. Then join that. All you have to do is put in YTBELL to the number 844-955-5950. Ooh, did I just remember that? Oh, shoot. So close. To the number 844-559-9580. See, I switched it and I almost had it. Geez. So you're just going to text JOIN YTBELL to the number 844-559-9580 in order to join our text message group. And I basically will shoot out a text right when I get ready to go live on here or when there's a new video that's going to be out on the channel. And that's really the only time I'm going to text that group. So thank you guys so much for tuning in and joining either on live or on the replay. I so appreciate the support. I mean, beyond belief, you guys have just shown so much love to me over these past few years of me being in business. But the push this past couple of 48 hours has just been phenomenal. I will never forget this. I will never forget this time in my life for sure. So thank you guys so much for joining. Hey, everybody, make sure you check out the replay if you just came in here because I'm a bounce. And I will see you guys tomorrow at 7:30 right here on the YouTube channel. And like I said, make sure you follow the Sweet Fest page because we're doing some fun things over there on a daily basis during the day. And this is my night hangout spot. So my daytime hangout spot is on Instagram and my nighttime hangout spot is right here on YouTube. Okay. So thank you guys so much. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.